And we are live on the Red Pill News. How are you guys doing out there in the holiday season? I don't know. You know what? I'll say this. It sucks. Sucks. You know, I lost my mom in April, so there is no holiday season for me. And the way I feel about everything, I'm kind of just like, bleh, you know. There's no there's no room for celebration when that happens. I mean, especially when it's real new and the whole bit. So I don't know. I'm all you could do is muddle through. I know that there's a lot of people in the same feeling, same boat that I'm in, and the only thing you could do is kind of press on and focus on other stuff. So aside from that, I like to look at celebrities' lives crumble and laugh about it on the show here, and I think that makes everybody feel a little bit better for the holiday season. Don't you think so? The two that I've been watching, and keep in mind, I'm not the guy that looks at celebrity television or who cares what they do or whatever. This is different. This is like their it's an actual standard normal for relationships for people, I think, when they crumble, and the games that get played, especially how these men get put in certain positions where you know what, men love women, women love what men can do for them, and it's kind of a thing where when there's a breakup, on the guy's side, the men that I know are very emotional about it, and it takes a very long time to kind of move on. If you can. I mean, then on the other side, they don't take any time at all. They move on the same day, like or 2 weeks earlier. I was like, hey, I got somebody. Bye. That type of thing. There are men who suffer from all kinds of conditions because of stuff like that, and also suicide. The suicide rate among men is huge, but men don't get honored in our society anymore. I mean, it's all pushed under the sidewalk. If you're a male, you're automatically supposed to feel some kind of shame because of your gender. And these are all the same gender people. They're always screaming about their own gender. I think people, one, are too self they feel they're too self-important. They're too into what they themselves are without recognizing other people, and that's kind of what they're accusing other people of. So when you take yourself too seriously, everything ends up offending you that comes your way, that no matter what it is. So I just want people to live long and prosper. You know what I mean? Throw a little Spock action at you, man. But anyway, so Kim Kardashian. So you know that Kim Kardashian and Conway. That's how much I understand these people. Conway, Kanye has. Oh, that's not even his name anymore, isn't it? Like Yurt or Jerk or something like that. Like, does he? They call himself something else now. Yeah, Yen or you're like, isn't Yen like Chinese money or Japanese yen? Japanese money. So we know what it is. This dude, they had a Hollywood relationship. Hollywood relationship broke up. They got a bunch of kids. This guy can't let go, and she can't let go either. This is why she's dating Pete Davidson. There's no other way in the universe or why she would date a Pete Davidson except to get even with Kanye. And this is people, this is women, this is men, this is what happens. If you think the more that woman, your ex, tells you how much they hate you and they want you dead and they're dating all these terrible people, the more you know that they still love you because they're just doing it to get even with you. They're flaunting it right in your face. Otherwise, they wouldn't care what the hell you were doing, you know? And then we're gonna move on to the whole you know, the whole Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck goes on Howard Stern a couple of weeks ago, talks some crap about his ex. Now, oh my God, he is being attacked from all over. All of her friends, Jennifer Garner, came out attacking him, and now he's the guy in the hole. The only one on his side is J Lo, and I guess that's the only one he needs currently. See if she likes it. Position of power. Everyone's against you except me. Power. That's what they do. Power. Then they turn on you. It's like it's that simple. I just gave you the whole thing right there. All right. So, and then a lot of times they won't tell you what the real problem is. Women. They want you to guess, like it's some kind of school game test, something you're supposed to guess at. Guess your horrible behavior. What did I do? You know what you did. Oh, damn, I gotta go through the whole list of how long. Oh, what kind of time frame are we talking about here? Like, was it morning or night? Kind of help me narrow the field so I can think about what the hell I did. See, and now I used to get sucked into that game in my horrible relationship for 14 years. Right in the beginning, I stopped playing because there's no way I'm going to run myself down. My ego kicked in and said, "You didn't do anything wrong. She's messed up, dude." Like a little my confidence. I told you my confidence is the Rock. The Rock popped up. He was like, "Mike, you didn't do anything wrong. Something wrong with her. She's crazy. It's crazy, man. You just get out of this relationship. No, don't walk, run." I didn't listen to him at the time. I kept going, you know, like walking on coals. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Doesn't matter how bad it burns. Just keep going, keep going. So Kim Kardashian, this is her this is her little thing that she's using as a pry bar in their relationship, but obviously there was other stuff going on. Usually it's some kind of weird jealousy, and they don't really want to tell you ever the truth. You have to find out from one of their female friends. You can't discount the sisterhood. I know about that too. So Kim Kardashian explains how Kanye wearing the MAGA hat, Donald Trump's really ugly red hat, has changed her. Like many people, Kim Kardashian West had a negative reaction when she saw her then husband Kanye West wear a red "Make America Great" hat, baseball cap. However, she said the experience has changed her in the ways as you can tell, like the article is written by liberal media. Like just the sentence, like many people, Kim Kardashian West had a negative reaction. They didn't have to say that. You know what I mean? And then it was drawn by that media for that negative reaction. They control you. Agenda oriented programming. She said that the experience changed her in ways she views as positive. See, the MAGA hat was good for her. Wasn't so good for that. What's his face? Jussie Smollett. Juicy Smollett. So didn't work out well for him. So last month, West, he goes by Yee, man, revealed in an Instagram video that his now ex-wife was less than happy with his choice of a hat, which he wore during his ill-fated 2020 run for president. Why is he wearing a 2020 run for president Trump hat when Trump was running too? It shows you, like, the guy, the guy's not all there. Kardashian West admitted as much during a podcast interview that I didn't want him to wear the red hat. I'm not really a rule breaker, so my personality would be like, okay, you guys don't like the red hat. I'll take it off, Kardashian said. I remember other people were around, and it became a thing where he wasn't going to go on because he wanted to be the person that he is. How dare he trying to be the person that he is? Stupid. Kardashian West said that ordinarily she's very neutral unless it's something that she's not neutral about, and then you got to do what she says. Ordinarily, see, let's read it the red pill way. Ordinarily, he does everything I tell him to do. But that night, I was very forceful with him and told him he had to take off the hat. There you go. What would you guys do? What would you guys do? If you listen to Kim Kardashian, take off the hat. And now looking back, I think why should he take off? Uh, if that's what he believes in. See, so it took her time to think about it. I mean, a couple of years, 2020. Yeah, it took her a year to think about it, or more. Kardashian West says she learned a lot from that situation. So here she is. You know what that is right there? That's her public apology to him over the hat. Right now, right there. So these guys, they fight in public. You know, when you and your mate, whatever that is, fight in private, and sometimes it pours over into public. These guys fight through the media, and they have even people speaking for them. You know, who a source said, a source close to them said. Don't you love that? So here we go. But now it's an apology, sort of, for the hat. But now she's gonna it's passive aggressive, right? You gotta understand how people like that are. Passive, oh, I'm sorry about the hat. Aggressive. Now comes the 1-2 punch. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so what's the next headline? Kim invited Pete to spend Christmas with her family. All right. And I'm looking at a picture of her, looking at a picture of him. He really is the perfect freaking guy to torture Conway with. I mean, I don't think in Hollywood, I don't know, man, because I don't know Hollywood anymore. Because there is no Hollywood anymore. There's nobody of merit. But I don't know if there's somebody that she could date that this dude would feel worse. I'd have to really think about that. Because he would have to be famous, but also like kind of a loser in a way. You know what I mean? And she zoomed right in on Pete Davidson. Meeting the mistletoe, a meeting by mistletoe, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson's Christmas plans. May. Now let's listen. My lawyer a long time ago, Paige Anderson, she told me whenever there's the word may, the sentence has no meaning. If they say may, you know, you don't know. You don't know. There's no, it's not definitely, it's not going to happen. All right. So the plans may see them reuniting at the Kardashian family Christmas party this year. But will her estranged husband Kanye be in attendance? So this story is just a tinkle going down Kanye's back saying, what's she doing with this dude? All that other. So, okay. You see how it's going? They're floating Christmas. And check this. I'm having fun with this. If it looks like Pete Davidson was spotted leaving Kim Kardashian's New York hotel, and his face in this pic is priceless. Look at his face. I wish I could show it to you. He is smiling. He is smiling. He's wearing a hat that says freaking easy. Don't you love that? Whether he knows it or not, at least he's kind of living the moment. I hope he's not crushed completely when the whole thing falls apart or whatever it is. I don't even think there's anything going on. I think it's just her hanging out with him and the media going nuts. You know what I mean? So, and the dude, that's all the thing. It wasn't even an article. It was just the dude coming out of a hotel she was staying at with a big smile on his face, you know? Like, that's all that they have that they're leaning in. But then, Kanye. Now, for us, who gives a crap? The guy's coming out of a hotel. She's at, yeah, okay, whatever. I want to see video. of something going on. I don't want to see. I'm already jaded by the internet, man. I mean, I don't want to see just a picture of him come out in the street, New York City, whatever the hell it is. I want evidence, but there is none because this is just a way of getting back at Kanye, right? So she had vented on Kanye saying, well, you're trying to get back to me, or she didn't even say you're, they're fighting through the media. He's trying to go. A source said that Kanye, went out there and in a concert and singing that he wants her back and all that crap. And she was actually watching the concert too, which is interesting. Probably sitting there with Pete Davidson in the back, using Pete Davidson as a coffee table. He's on his all fours and she put her spiny feet up on him, her heels, digging into his back. So, all right. So then the source said, you know, she doesn't understand. He's trying to get back with her, but he's living with his 22-year-old girlfriend. That's the first thing he did. When you're a guy and you're not famous and you're broke and you break up with somebody and you're not stellar good looking, you're alone. You're not gonna get any women unless they're women that you don't want or whatever. There's no point in doing that, you know. But when you're famous and you got millions of dollars and millions of fans, and I don't think Kanye is good looking, or anything, but he's famous. The money compensates. Then of course you get a 22-year-old model girlfriend, of course, But he doesn't want to be with her. That's just for him. That's just the person filling up the space, like the void, right? And that void, I mean, Kim Kardashian has a wide displacement when she sits down. Did I say that nice enough? That void is very big that he needs to fill. And I've seen his new girlfriend. She doesn't fit the bill. Kanye just broke up with his 22-year-old girlfriend after Kim invited him over for the holidays. So there it is. She invites him over at all the talk, Christmas, Pete Davidson, kids, talking about kids with Pete Davidson, all that crazy stuff, right? Act like they're 18 going out, like all kinds of crazy stuff they say to each other. And then the one thing that she wanted, so she apologizes for the red hat. The red hat's gone. No more, not even an issue anymore with the red hat, obviously, because he ain't gonna wear it now. But all right, so just days begging his estranged wife to run right back to him. It looks like Kanye West and Venetria broke up. The rapper reportedly called it quits with the 22-year-old model after a few months of dating. Page Six was the first to report the news of Kanye and Venetria's split on December 21st, according right before Christmas, man, right before Christmas, according to the site. Kanye also unfollowed Venetria on Instagram because he can't just break up with people anymore. He gotta like delete them and something. Though it appears that she is still following him at the time of the writing. The pair were first publicly linked in November of 2021 after a source told Page Six that the Yeezy founder had been hooking up with Venetria for a while now. So good. She's gone. So Kim Kardashian knows that they have kids together, Kim and Kanye. So that's a connection that goes well beyond a Pete Davidson or a Venetria or any of that stuff, because they're still in the throes, even though they're broken up, divorcing or whatever. They're still in the throes of the relationship, the turbulent throes of the typhoon, super typhoon that is a relationship, or can be. So for the icing on the cake, for Pete Davidson anyway, a fan of a fan, got that right, told Kim Kardashian Kanye's way better while she was on a movie date with Pete Davidson, and people aren't happy about it. So she's on a movie date with Pete Davidson, and some fans are like, So they're into it, man. They're following. This is what these guys love. They wouldn't do this in private. They wouldn't break up and go through this crap in private. They love this. They love the attention. They love feeling important. Is Britney Spears shaving her head bald and attacking cars on the highway an umbrella? That's what this is, sort of. So all hats off to Kim Kardashian, who just handled an uncomfortable situation with a Kanye West fan, perhaps the most mature way possible. Now, if I was Kanye West, I'd be hiring people to follow them around and harassing them, saying crap about Pete Davidson. You do what you gotta do to get your woman back, right? Wrong. That's the worst thing you could do, man. It should happen naturally. In fact, if you have to get them back, it's already gone because obviously there's too many damn problems. I haven't seen people really get together, reconcile, and have a great life, you know. And I've never seen a marriage work out on an ultimatum either when it started off as ultimatum. So, or constant nagging. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Kim, who filed for divorce from Kanye last February, has been seeing around, Pete Davidson. We know all that crap already. Let's see. One person who hasn't seemed happy with Kim is Kanye. All right, whatever. So let's see. There's only one goddamn sentence, and they have to build the whole crappy story around it, which you guys already know because you listen to this show. So, but good. Of course, they're going to come out and say because they think that they have something to say, right? But on the other side of it, this is the guy suffering who he didn't end the relationship, she ended the relationship, and it sounds like the differences they have. The guy's a party guy. He like women around. He's always on the road. She travels a lot too. They probably barely even saw each other, and that's the whole thing too. But now switching gears to Ben Affleck. I take Ben Affleck as what kind of guy is he? What kind of guy do you think he is? I actually take him as a stand-up guy. I don't see him as a high-end person. I see him as actually a regular guy who is an actor who got famous. But I think that he idles that regular Midwest kind of guy mentality. I don't know if he's from there, but that's the kind of mentality he reminds me of. But now J Lo's opposite. She's totally high end, totally is all about the glitz and the glamour and putting her best foot forward. She's exotic and she knows how to work a crowd. You know what I mean? So now they're back together again. These guys, they did the Hollywood scene. They dated the circles and circles and circles around, right? Ben Affleck has been with every mentally unstable Hollywood famous actress that there is. So he's probably really exhausted by all that. And then he was with Jennifer Garner. Now Jennifer Garner, I don't know, I couldn't name one movie that she's in. I see the commercials every once in a while, and I'm like, ugh. Her energy is just such like a dry stick, brittle, easy to crumble. And I think probably being around her is a real drag. I'm not me personally. I'm not attracted to her looks or anything, but obviously Ben Affleck for some reason went down that path, right? So then he goes on Howard Stern. Howard Stern's show is not meant for people to go on there and not say anything. He's known for people going on there and sharing all kinds of crap, like Barbara Walters on steroids, right? So he's got this dude, and this guy's talking. He puts it out there like it's a normal conversation. This guy is talking and being honest, sharing his comments about his life, like anybody should be able to do. But although you're not, because God forbid if you say something negative about your ex, especially these days, all this Me Too crap going on. Except you don't hear much about the Me Too crap. You're going to be staked out for the crows, you know. So, all right, let me do. Let me do limits. And then, all right, I want to do this in order. Okay, first, let's do this. So now, of course, Jennifer Garner, what is she going to say? That, no, I'm not a bitch, and, he had problems before me and whatever, man. No. Jen's friends instead think Ben is disgusting for blaming his alcoholism on the mother of his children. So right there in the one sentence, they downplayed him as disgusting. They morally tore him apart with just one word for his alcoholism, even though his alcoholism apparently was brought on by their relationship, him spending time with her. And how dare you attack the mother of his children? So, and then they drag. See, that's a feminist statement. They drag female mother of children. How about just it's terrible what you said. It's not true. Whatever. No, they on the headline attack him, right? And he was, so this is a response to how he felt personally and his personal relationship with his wife at the time, Jennifer Garner. And now these guys are like just bold to going crazy attacking him for him sharing. And that's the chilling effect for other men out there. You start seeing people getting attacked for sharing their feelings, then boom, then you end up not saying anything after that. And then things, you know what? If you don't share things in a relationship, it's doomed anyway. So it's best just to get out there and say what you need to say. All right. Ben, who was married from to Jen, from June 2005 to October 2018. That's a long time, man. For Hollywood, jeez. For a lot of people these days, they came under fire on he came under fire on December 13th, 2021, when he seemed to claim that he would probably still be drinking if he didn't divorce Jen. He said that was part of why I started drinking alcohol. I was trapped. He said in an interview, think about this in your normal life. You right there sitting listening to this. Here's a guy with good looks, all the money, all the stuff, and he felt trapped in his relationship with this woman. He started drinking. He as human, he is wounded, right? Felt trapped. And he was honest. That's why he started drinking. He was compensating. He was drowning his sorrows in booze, right? Which is where it starts like that for a lot of people. He said, I can't leave because of my kids, but I'm not happy. What do I do? That's a dilemma for a lot of men out there and women in relationships that aren't working. A lot of times, their relationships weren't working to begin with, and they have kids thinking it's going to save their relationship, but it certainly doesn't. And then those kids get dragged into to their nonsense, and they end up splitting up anyway. So the best thing to do is have an amicable split where it doesn't turn into all kinds of nasty stuff. But not a lot of women that I've known in my life could do that. Could walk away because one, they don't want to see you happy. You know, women hate seeing a guy happy. And as a matter of fact, if you read any articles about like flirting and picking up, like if you're looking for a mate, what women find attractive about men, they overwhelmingly answer that they don't like seeing a man smile. They like more of the neutral kind of grunt type of look. You know why? Because they don't want to see you happy. You walk through a supermarket all happy, smiling, hi, whatever. Those women look at you like you're the devil, man. You're something wrong. You know what I mean? You're the devil. How dare you be happy? But all right. So, and I'm not everybody. I'm not going to generalize and say all, but I think that a lot of people. The problem is people hooking up that are with people, they move too fast in relationships. They don't understand even who they're with or get to know them even. Whatever attracted them initially is going to wear off, and usually it's looks and that type of thing, and then it's done. Then you're in a relationship. You probably got a couple kids by then. But this guy couldn't leave because of his kids. That's beautiful. Now, if he was a scoundrel, he would have taken off, right? Been out of there. See his kids on weekends or something like that. But he wanted to be around his children. It's respectful, man. But he said, well, what do I do? He said, what I did was drink a bottle of scotch on the couch, right? So he told the truth. Now he's being attacked, right? And then they go after J Lo. Okay. Now J Lo, I wouldn't mess with her. She's not the kind of woman you mess with. She's the kind of woman that would rip you into pieces. I know women like that. I'm attracted to women like that. I think that she's got kind of a fire that's attractive. You know what I mean? That's why people like her. I don't like her music. I couldn't name any of that. I think the last movie I ever saw her in was Money Train with Wesley Snipes, of course, and Woody Harrelson. Awesome movie, old movie. So, and then comes this, right? Affleck trapped by Garner marriage. So now the media picks this up. Ben Affleck was trapped by Garner marriage. Big headlines. So you got to be Jennifer Garner. Anything you look at is going to have these headlines. Affleck trapped by Jennifer Garner, trapped by Garner marriage. A lot of men out there can identify with that. A lot of women out there can identify with that. People who stay in that don't want to be in. So now what do you do if it happens to you, right? Let's say you're the one who marries Jennifer Garner and you're sitting on the couch. That's the worst story I've ever heard of a failing romance, sitting on the couch and some dude saying this is why it ended, right? Brad Pitt. I was watching some interview with him years ago talking about Jennifer Aniston, right? And he was with her. He said one of the reasons he didn't want to be with her anymore was because she wanted to just sit around naked on the couch and smoke marijuana. Now, I know a lot of dudes that would never list that as a reason to break up with somebody. As a matter of fact, as a reason to be with somebody. That's kind of like your top five, maybe even three. You may tell me that Jennifer Aniston is naked on the couch smoking some weed, and you don't like the situation. So who does he run to? Angelina Jolie. And now he's in the biggest, longest divorce battle of anyone's ever seen in Hollywood because he's got all these adopted kids with her. She's torturing him over the kids, torturing him over everything else. She wants 75% of his money. One of the most successful women in show business, by the way, Angelina Jolie wants. So it's not the money. It's the torture. She's not letting him see the kids for the holidays and all that. It's the torture. And the judges go right along with it, right? The judges will certainly make you pay. They will make you pay. If you're late paying, they'll do all kinds of stuff to you. But for the woman to say, you're not going to see your kids, it's my decision, and nobody backs you up, the system should be backing either party. If the guy has custody of the kids, and he does that and plays the game with a woman, no matter who it is, you shouldn't be using your kids as a pawn. I have friends who are going through it now. I have friends who have been through it, right? And every time you see their pain on Facebook, it makes you think, why the hell would I ever want to get married? Now I'm to the point where I don't even care. I'm not looking to have kids. I'm not looking to be, I'm already older. I'm 55 years old. I'm done with that. So, I was in a 14-year relationship with someone who raised her kids. And that whole thing went terribly bad right in the beginning. And I felt bad for the kids. And I didn't want to leave them alone with her. And they were her kids. You know what? But this woman has an unbelievable amount of problems and had never gotten help for those problems, even though she promised to get help for those problems. So, and what do you do? The only thing you could do is exact your due. You know, do what you need to do what you're supposed to do. But when you start doing everything for everybody else, what they're supposed to do, you're not fulfilling your life. You know that, and all you're doing is being someone's handmaiden, basically. So the well-worn excuse of every straying spouse for centuries feeling trapped in a marriage usually means I don't like being faithful. Now listen to this article and how this one's being told. Just in that sentence alone, you know it's gonna be a ride of BS. The well-worn excuse of every straying spouse for centuries, hundreds of years, was feeling trapped. You think men felt trapped in relationships back 100 years ago? I don't think so. I don't think they felt trapped 50 years. I don't think they felt trapped until government entity makes you trapped, makes you feel trapped. You know, until laws get tilted for one person over the other and unfair. That could also. But in a situation like this guy's got kids. He's not willing to leave the kids, and it's the one factor that's making him sit on that couch and drink the scotch is the woman and how she's acting, the things that, and he didn't even go into the stuff that she was doing to make him drink to begin with. He just stated, that I felt trapped and that was black and whatever. And also, did he run out there? Was he cheating like crazy or whatever? He was cheating with his bottle. So the article says, but to be fair to Ben Affleck, he and his ex-wife Jennifer Garner now appear to be the best of friends and co-parents, while he denies ever straying during their relationship. The actor talked openly on Shock Jock Howard Stern's podcast about his horrible marriage. Stern asked, "Why would what would ever happened in the couple that the couple had stayed together? As what would have happened?" Okay, get my brain working. And Affleck admitted that they may have been at each other's throats. So it wasn't good. In fact, it was bad. He said he'd probably still be drinking. It's why one of the reasons why he started drinking, because he felt trapped. He said, I was like, I can't leave because my kids. I love that. Can't leave because of his kids. But I'm not happy, so what do I do? So asked about accusations of nanny gate during the split, some tabloids suggested that the children's nanny was involved. The truth was, we took our time. We made the decision. We grew apart. We had a marriage that didn't work. This happens. And with somebody that I love and respect, but to whom I shouldn't be married to any longer. He said, I love you, but no. That's awesome right there. Don't stay in it. He had the opportunity to escape. He said ultimately they tried. They tried. He said we tried because we tried. We had kids. Both of us felt like we don't want to do this, but we want the kids to see a good marriage. So they want the kids to see a fake marriage, of two people hating on each other, suffering through something because they don't want to be together. All right. Now Affleck is back with J Lo, Jennifer Lopez, who was his fiancee back in 2004 before they split up. This guy was engaged to Hollywood, right? He blended families and or married married Hollywood. The blended family and friends. Let's see, they even went trick or treating together in the whole bit. He said, "My responsibility to my children is my highest responsibility I have. I'm not doing anything that's painful or destructive to them if I can help it. If I can help it, if I can't help it, then they're toast." That being said, I know that my life affects them. I've already inflicted that on them. Me and their mom are celebrities, and that's hard. Let's not bullcrap each other. That's cool. That's honest, man. They know. They also get to live in mansions and have all kinds of nice stuff, and the kids never have to worry about no food in the fridge or their power going out. So yeah, there's things there that are good for kids. There. During the divorce, they printed effing horrible lies, horrible, horrible, mean lies. the media, about them. Stern asked about the lies, clearly referring to rumors of infidelity. But Affleck replied, I don't even want to give a voice to it. Anything you read about it was BS. That's right, Ben. He and Garner seemingly found a way to separate, and yet the media is the one trying to like drag them out and beat them down, only because a couple of honest comments on Howard Stern show. You know what I mean? Let's see. Mm, and what if you are trapped? What can you really do about it if it happens? So this dude, Rian Kivitz, a relationship expert, might be a dude, might be female. I've encountered many clients who've often felt trapped in their marriages as a result of financial dependence or complex practicalities like business or home ownership. The idea of disentangling from a marriage can be daunting and overwhelming, and they feel like it's much easier to stay put. They may feel obliged to stay because of their children or fear that they won't be able to start over again. Some people worry about their partner would make separation too difficult. Others doubt that they can thrive alone or feel guilty because they worry about how their partner would cope. And then there's the sinking feeling of failure that creeps in when they imagine that they'll disappoint their families and friends by choosing to leave. So I'm going to say to that, I'm going to add some Buddhism in there, man. And this is a guy who left his wife and kid behind, even though they're in the palace. They're going to be all right. He left them behind, took off. Buddha says we're all on our own journey. Every last one of us on our own mission as individuals. Sometimes our paths run parallel with people, sometimes they cross, sometimes whatever. But our own journey. So are you really responsible for somebody that you start dating and then marry? That person, you know? If in our society it seems like a lot of guys have mommy problems and they want a new mommy, right? You see that with Prince Cuck over there with his Malibu Barbie doll. you know that dude has unbelievable mommy problems. So the guys with mommy problems usually date women older than them who are either married or had a kid or something, right? These guys, sometimes they don't have a kid, sometimes they do, but they're usually older and they take that role of the mommy. And we've seen this. I can pick through a lot of relationships in Hollywood and all that and show you exactly where you have all of these situations. And these guys get treated like that too. These women know exactly how to put them in their place, you know, and do what they do. So all right. The one I was just talking about is a she. She recommends one of you can't tell you with names. Tell her was a name. Rian Kivitz. Ryan. That could be anybody. I don't guess at names anymore. She recommends one-on-one counseling, which doesn't work. Couple therapy may also be appropriate, but it doesn't work. You know what? It's like losing weight, reducing. I'm doing it now, me personally. I put on pounds during COVID. And if you diet, it doesn't work because it's not really made for you, right? And it's more about eating right. It's a change of your life, a change of nutrition. And then in a relationship, if it doesn't work, there's nothing that you're going to shift to change with that person that's going to make it work. I mean, the couples thing and the therapy and whatever. I did that whole thing. Family therapy, because the one I was with had a daughter messed up too. And we go in there, then as soon as the therapist had an issue with her or her kid, we'd not going. We wouldn't go anymore because then, oh, they don't know what they're talking about, and go somewhere else. That just working a full time job, living a life, taking care of kids, taking care of a house. Then you got to leave your house and go to these horrible places. With these therapists and sit there and talk to people about your own private business who are strangers to you, anonymous to you. And I'm very tight about my life, man. I don't tell people stuff. It's none of anybody's damn business what the hell I do. As a matter of fact. And what happened in the end? It all ended up in pieces anyway. And it's best just to, okay, it doesn't work, acknowledge it, It's not about having some minor problems. It just doesn't work. Sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes it ain't love. Sometimes it's lust, and then you just end up with somebody, and then all of a sudden you realize that lust is gone, and that relationship you're trapped with someone you don't want to be with. You start seeing their real side, and then you realize, oh my God, what did I do? Yeah. So she said it's helpful to consider what's keeping you trapped and find perspective on the issue. Ask yourself whether it's possible to find some independence and freedom within the marriage. Oh boy. And that's a psychological game too. Freedom, right? Independence. Perhaps you've put your own interests and passions on hold in order to prioritize the marriage, or you've believed that there's been no space for yourself. Now, if I did anything for myself in that relationship, it wasn't for the family, right? It was for me. If it was for me, it was automatically bad. It was automatically something that wasn't good, that wasn't for her or for her kids. And then even if you give to the kids, that's not good enough because she wanted everything for herself. And that's the way a lot of people are, you know? And you need to do things for yourself. I see my doctor once in a while for a physical. Doctor would say, "Are you having fun? You doing anything for yourself?" You know, and I would say no. Just trying to get through every day. Combat. It's a war, and it shouldn't be like that. You should be unto yourself, happy unto yourself, and meet someone happy unto themselves. Not meet somebody with a whole load of problems, with warehouses full of bags and bags and bags of problems. You know. So yeah, how about talking to your partner? Both partners deserve to thrive, and your needs are important. It may be that your partner can offer solutions or help you make the changes that create the space so you're not feeling so stifled. If that partner isn't some psychopath narcissist, yeah, I guess you have mutual respect. If you have that mutual respect, you probably wouldn't have too many problems with each other to begin with. You need time alone. You need time together. Me, I'm an introvert. I like my alone time, you know? Some people are trapped because they're in emotionally, financially, physically abusive marriages and they're afraid to leave. Yeah, there's that too. But you know what? None of it's good. No matter what the answer is, none of it's good if you're trapped. So then after they go after Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner's friends, whoever they are, they went after J Lo. Man, so they said the rumors were that Jennifer Lopez, the drama where they call it a drama with Ben Affleck. You mean the truth they told about his relationship have been circulating. Let's see, that he's been trapped or whatever. Then the rumor was that J Lo was really angry. They following claims that she was pissed off and livid about Affleck's comments. That's what psychopath narcissists do. They will gang up on you with the people closest to you. They will get to your family, your sisters, your brothers, your mothers, your fathers, your friends, and try to put a crowbar and all that. Well, he said this about you, he said that about you, that, all of that, right? And they'll try to get between you. Now, if you're in a relationship and you're happy in your relationship, and the last person, of course, doesn't want you to be happy, no matter how amicable you think it was. Remember before, I said they don't want to see you happy ever, right? So now in the media, the sources say that Jennifer Lopez was so angry about what Ben Affleck said about his former marriage. Now he felt trapped. So in the real world, she wouldn't feel angry. In the real world, she would be like, of course, because he was with a bitch. That's if you know people, that's what they would say. Of course he wasn't happy. All right. So here we go. Lopez released a statement, a rare statement. Oh, do you love that? A rare statement. Every week I read statements from her. She released a rare statement refuting the reports. She said, "This story is simply not true. It is not how I feel." Let's see. She said, "I couldn't have more respect for Ben as a father, a co parent, and a person." Boom! Boom! And the cannon goes off. Boom! She's sticking up for her man. Isn't that nice to see? I don't even know what that feels like. I don't know. My ex started a war with a landlord on Long Island because we rented a house for the interim before we found a place, right? In Centerport. She was there before I was there. She immediately had a war with the landlord and his wife, where I had to call them and smooth things over. And I'm not Mr. Smooth Things Over either, you know. And then when they got on my case, so this is what happened. You want to hear the story? I was really sick. I had 102 fever, and I was like, it was early in the morning, like 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever, and I was in bed with my fever, being sick, and all of a sudden, I heard people talking inside the house, like talking inside the house, outside the bedroom door. I heard a dude's voice. I was like, oh my god, like we're being robbed, you know. And then I go out there, and this goddamn dude with tattoos and just gross looking and whatever. I'm like, who the hell are you? What are you doing? I was ready to throw him down the stairs. I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? Oh, I'm the plumber. I'm sorry. I came to fix something. And then down at the bottom of the stairs was the landlord, the woman. And I'm like, what are you doing coming in here without telling anybody, without telling, oh, well, I sent you guys an email. I guess you didn't get it, that we were coming in this morning. I'm like, it's not even legal unless there's a serious reason for them to come. They got to tell you what's going on. But, I was mad at that. And obviously, I had let them know how I felt, in a sufficient manner, professional manner, but basically told them to get out, you know, get out, get out, get out. And so then the landlords were against me. When the landlords turned on me, so did my ex. And then she was trying to like friend them, saying I'm the bad guy. So yeah, that's what I was dealing with. So I have respect for Ben Affleck, man. So J Lo, who has been with Ben Affleck since April of 2021, dating again. Of course, she was with him many years earlier. Following her split with A Rod, who's still out there saying, "I'm okay, I'm okay. I had a nice birthday." He's looking at J Lo pictures and videos, and they're crying with his little baseballs. And, ooh, J Lo, I love you. So let's see. Let me get down to something important. Let's Ben Affleck. We know all about that. Let's see. Let's get past. Oh my God, they just have to kind of remind everybody of everything. These articles are written horribly. Okay. Mm, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. According to a source, blah, 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 here we go. Another source. Lopez was pissed. She's getting pulled into this because she's dating him. She doesn't want to be dragged into this. She has met Jennifer Garner. She's trying to get to know her and Ben's kids. It's reckless and cavalier of him. Another source said that Lopez was livid after Ben, broke an agreement that they had. They both agreed that they wouldn't talk about their private lives in any depth. Are you kidding me? That's all that they freaking do. And then another source says that this is simply not true. The focus was on the children. Clearly, theirs was a voice of reason. Jennifer Lopez says that she has no problem with any of that. She loves Ben. And then she's hawking her book, True Love by Jennifer Lopez, where she talks about Ben, right? You can read the 2014 memoir that covers Jenny on the Block. I don't know, whatever. Whatever. You can have it. Do I have enough time for one more horrible story about people's relationships? Let's see. I like the whole Trevor Noah. He's trying to stay relevant. Now he's trying to sue his orthopedic surgeon, saying he didn't give him enough painkillers. Sounds like the guy needed some painkillers. Don't you know, Trevor Noah? You need painkillers. You go hang out with one of those at one of those skate parks. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Oh, this one's good. This one's good because it goes to that story I read last week about the whole Sex in the City women being harassed because they all look aged, and they're shocked the way people are treating them because of their looks, and the horrible trolls out there who are saying terrible things about their looks and how their age, and oh my god, and and these guys are the ones who sold the whole idea on on looks and status and all that stuff with their show to begin with, and now they're shocked when when you know what it is. These are older women trying to look like 19-year-old girls, and it doesn't work. It ain't gonna happen. Brooke Shields, 56 years old now, a year older than me, is challenging the notion that women can't be sexy over a certain age. See, and I think that they can. Just don't dress like a 19-year-old. It's that simple. Be age appropriate. It doesn't mean you have to wear head to toe garments or something, but something that's fitting for your personality. But the ones who go out there and then look at the treatments that they get in. Look at the Botox. Look at the shots. Look at the stuff. I see these girls that were on Instagram, getting buffed and puffed and this and that, and they spend their whole day having these treatments done. And what the hell are you doing, man? You know what I mean? Obviously, there's some dude out there supporting that, or they have some kind of following on Instagram, whatever. But you can't stay young forever. The best thing to do is be the best person you can be, and just dress appropriately. Anyway, Brooke Shields is seemingly past her prime, as the actress has subjected to strict Hollywood beauty standards since a young age. She was naked and doing it with another dude when she was under 18. There's some pedophile stuff going on that nobody ever called him out on. But at 56, the Blue Lagoon, the 56-year-old says that she's feeling more confident and sexier than ever before. Go hang out with A-Rod, having a great birthday party too, man. And he feels good. I believe that it's a misconception that women can't be sexy over a certain age. The acceptance of our bodies comes at a later date. I think that much more in my body now than I ever will say. I live much more in my body than I ever did. Okay. My body actually feels like it belongs to me. And I can't say that it's about my youth. So I guess it didn't belong to her before. As growing up as a child actor and model, Shields is no stranger to the pressure of having to look and act a certain way as a result of being in the public eye, because you can't stay young forever. Sex for me has really evolved. In my 20s, I was always terrified of it because I was a virgin until 22. Ugh. That I thought I was committing an offense to humanity for being Catholic and not married. I had much guilt. See, this is where all the damn problems come from. Religion and people. Plus, her mom was a freak. I met Brooke Shields a couple of times. I used to work at this club in the city and hang out there, also called the Ritz. And then she was married to a tennis player, and he would come in there all the time, and I knew him too. And then, yeah. But they went up to the VIP lounge, and then that's it. So, anyway, good for her. But you know what it is? I have no time to read the rest of this horrible article anyway. But you know what it is? This is what it is. Be yourself. Don't try to be something you're not. If you're gonna go on your Sex in the City and you're gonna be all buffed and puffed, you're gonna look like a bunch of 70-year-old women walking down the street buffed and puffed. You're not girls anymore. It's funny, they don't want to be called girls. They want to be called women. But then they act like girls or reference girly stuff, or when I was 12 years old. Oh, you're not 12 years old. You're a woman that's past the point where you can't have children anymore. As far as nature is concerned, when we're all past that 50 mark, we're on our downhill slide. Men can slide a little further. Mick Jagger just had a kid not long ago, and he's in his freaking 70s, but he can afford to have a kid. You think he's ever going to see that kid? The kid ain't gonna play baseball with him when he's 20. You know, Mick Jagger will be what, 90, 100. Anyway, I'm going to end the show. I'll see you guys next week on Red Pill News. Have a great Christmas. Enjoy yourselves, man. Stay safe. Stay away from people. Don't get sick by being stupid, and get vaccinated. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.